Today we've got another interview with Jacqueline Kerstma, an experienced continuous improvement specialist, and she'll be talking about performance control, so daily meetings, KPIs, and the whole way that you set up your performance control loop. And she's got some nice insights for us, especially on the importance of team leaders in this process, about the role that managers need to take to make everything successful, and that the best advice is to first stabilize the business with this performance control cycle and then start those real improvement projects where you can build the rest. So enjoy her take on performance management.
If you want to set up a continuous improvement program, you first have to have the basics in place. And that's what I talked about before. And that means that you have to be present on the shop floor. And what are then those basics that you have to be present in the shop floor? Those are the daily meetings, those are the process confirmations, and those are the problem solving slots, or being available to organize problem solving. Next to that, of course, is your one-on-one coaching with your people. Have the connection with your team, understand what's going on, what do they need to make sure that they have a good day in producing the right stuff at the right time, at the right quality. If you look at the time that team leads spend on the shop floor, it's, I think, around 25%. If you look at the time they spend on doing activities, it's more than 70%. So they are not really busy trying to build capabilities of their teams. They're not really busy connecting with the people in their teams. There's simply not enough time for that. But if you're not able, as a manager, to create that environment for your team leaders, you're not going to be helping by implementing a continuous improvement program. So make sure that those basics are there, and make sure that your people have the time to really spend with their people on the shop floor. And that's your job as a manager, to create that environment, to create the context for that environment, to make sure that they can do what they're supposed to do and what you expect of them. And that step is most of the time just skipped. You have to be really aware about the effectiveness of those programs before you start one. So you can have results, of course, but make sure that the basics are there to also sustain the results. And if it's not somehow integrated in your daily business, then those results of your continuous improvement program will fall back again. And it's just a short-term result. And it was nice for the time being, but it's not sustainable. People have no clue what it is really about, and they fall back into old patterns just because you did not fix the best environment to do the job properly. So how do you start a continuous improvement program? Make sure that the management team owns the program. That they understand what they want to achieve with the program and which roles, responsibilities are clear and needed to have results with the program. It's not something that the continuous improvement department or specialist needs to push. It's from the management team. It starts there. Also, that management team has the responsibility to create time with the team leads to do the improvement work. That means that they facilitate that support functions take over certain jobs from team leads to create that time. So the team leads are really dedicated, working on in the production environment, also setting the basics, making sure the standards are followed, and improving the standards. Those are critical points that you have to organize. And I emphasize organize because it's not happening suddenly. You have to organize that as managers. So a management team plays an important role in this. You really have to own it and make sure that there's time available for people to do the work. If that's in place, where can you start first? Start with the daily meetings, because the daily meetings give you the information where your standards are not followed, where the deviations are in the daily business. So that gives you the information to start doing improvement activities first. If you have those things in place, you have a great fundament for continuous improvement journeys. So to add up to that, you have two loops actually in the continuous improvement journey. You have your control loop, which you have your daily meetings, your daily business, in which you follow up those basics, which I talked about: performance control, problem solving, daily meetings, having performance dialogues, but also make sure that training is in place. If that control loop is running, then your results should be stable, because you expect a certain result by doing these standards and having those basics in place. If that standard is set and your results are there, then you can start thinking about improving your standards and improving your results. And then you start to go into the improvement cycle, in which you challenge your standard and try to really make things better, in which you find better results and do more production, for example, in the same time, etc. Or have less defects, or have less safety issues. So these run together, but first have your control loop in place, then start improving. In practice, for a company, it means that you first have to get the variation out of your results, have the line stable by implementing your control loop, and then set a new standard, improving your results, getting to a new level, and mature on your CI journey. But don't improve unless your results are stable, because otherwise you're going to do two different approaches at the same time, and then you're not going to create a sustainable way of improving.
Thank you, Jacqueline, for those nice words on how to set up those daily meetings and what to do within your organization. If you also liked it, do hit that like button and let us know what you thought of it. Or even better, write a comment. What spoke most to you in this video? If you want to know more about Jacqueline, just look her up on LinkedIn. She'll be happy to connect and communicate. If you want to work with her, this is more for the Dutch audience, go to stick.nl. That is stick with a double C, to learn more about Jacqueline's work and plan some time with her. For now, I wish you the best of luck with your KPIs and performance management. And as always, enjoy the continuous improvement journey.